right, it being after 7 o'clock, the November 12th, 2025 meeting of the Conservation Commission will come to order. The first order of business is Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next up, minutes for October 22nd meeting. Has anyone reviewed those?
I did.
We need a motion.
Motion to approve the minutes from October 22nd, 2025.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any more discussion? There being none, of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that's unanimous. Approved. Next up, modification request 242-1898 Route 114 and Turnpike Street right-of-way, North Andover DPW.
So this evening we have Greg St. Louis with Bobrek Engineering. He's a PE. Bobrek is working on behalf of the town DPW as sort of the resident engineer out there with eyes and ears out there. The order of conditions for this sewer project required that the applicant come back to the commission detailing dewatering means and methods, as well as 100% 100% construction drawings. And so they have provided those materials along with soil management plan and dewatering for both the pipe part of the project and then the pump station part of the project. And so I was out there. We've done a couple of pre-construction meetings with the whole team. I was out there today for the first excavation, and Greg was with me, and they were about 12 or 13 feet down, and there wasn't any water. Whoa. So with that, I'll let Greg sort of fill you in on, the logistics, and let me know if there's an appropriate plan to pull up or whatever, if it's in the construction drawing or if it's in the dewatering plans.
Sure. You can probably show the frac tank setup if you'd like.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Greg St. Louis, representing Bobrek Engineering and Construction. As Amy summarized, we're here to comply with the order of conditions. We provided a number of documents to the commission following the permit set that was permitted at prior to 100% PS&E level design. Albany's DNS has been awarded the contract. They are on site, and subsequent to the bidding process, the procurement process, we identified that the original sewer alignment under the gutter line, very close to the wetlands, that there was some benefit in moving it into the center of the street. It had less impact on the wetlands, less impact on the guardrail and other utilities in that neighborhood. So the only major or minor modification is actually moving the alignment of the sewer away from the wetlands into the center of the road. All other items are as permitted with the commission. And I know there's been a lot of questions, at least during the permit process, about the dewatering. This is about 1,200 feet of gravity sewer main, and then maybe 100 feet of force main. We did expect to encounter groundwater closer to 6 feet, given the proximity to the wetlands and other standing water in the neighborhood. But as Amy mentioned, we excavated down 13 plus feet today, and thankfully groundwater wasn't just pouring in the hole. So for the dewatering setup, we have provided a frac tank as well as a dirt bag surrounded by wattles to meet the 40 NTU turbidity requirement. We have a turbidity meter. We're taking or we will be taking samples daily once the frac tank is in use. And hopefully it's not in use that much. So, we're really going with the belt and suspenders out here to make sure it's all set.
And you have the 100% construction drawings as well?
Yep.
Yes, okay. Okay, open it up to the commission for questions. Anything?
No, thank you. Yeah, I'm all set. Excuse me. I'm all set.
Brad? Okay. Marissa?
No, I'm all set.
I'm all set, thank you.
Okay, Matt. I do have one question. Really two questions. Where was the location where the hole was dug where you encountered no groundwater or no subsurface water?
At 13 feet.
Right there, huh?
At the
Yeah.
manhole to go.
Wow. Right
Still
next
in
to the.
drought.
Yeah, it's just the timing.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's very fine sand at the bottom, and I don't know what the conductivity is from the wetland to there, but
Okay.
pretty fine.
When you discharge, let's see, through the dirt bag, is that into a catch basin or?
Right now, the frac tank is in an upland area along the
Right
right
there,
away
yeah.
here with the dirt bag waddles in an upland area.
Okay, so it will discharge to the field?
Correct.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Okay.
That's set up, but I verified that it's, greater than 25, so it's in a little area there.
Okay. I have no more questions, and it sounds like the commission has asked theirs. So I'm in, the applicant has requested for a modification for this project. I'm in need of a motion.
I move that we approve the modification to 242-1898 Route 114 and Turnpike Street.
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there any more discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that's unanimous.
Thank you all.
Approved.
Thank you.
Modification approved. Next up, 242 1878 30 Ann Road. Do we
So-
want to take these all together?
think so.
Yeah, I think that's a good
Yeah.
idea.
Yep.
Okay.
So, we have an after-the-fact modification request, a certificate of compliance request, and then an enforcement order that we need to wrap up. The after-the-fact modification required by the commission was to properly permit an area of, a couple areas of pea stone, a patio sitting area. It's a pervious patio. It's I don't know if to call it a patio, because it's not really a patio, but it's a pea stone sitting area. And then a walkway connecting to the driveway that was installed at the rear of the house. Both of these areas are 100% pervious and not closer to the wetland than the existing driveway. The driveway is less than 25 feet from the wetland. The applicant has submitted a waiver request. They did mention in their narrative that based on aerial photo before work was done, there was sort of a brick walkway, sort of. Stone, yeah, stone that connected around to the driveway. So it seems as though they used that footprint, but with a more pervious surface. So we can, Alec Chongris, the design engineer, is here with us this evening if you have questions for him, but.
Okay. We're going to have to go with the paper copies
Sorry.
tonight for this one. Yeah. Let's see, clarification. This encroaches into the 50-foot no disturb for the vernal pool, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And the remainder is in the no build and outside of jurisdiction for the request. So the waiver, why don't we talk about the waiver request first? I think we've talked about this quite a bit already, but,
Yeah, so, hello, Alex Strong with Engineering. The waiver request is for the, as she was saying, there was like a stone patio, or, not, when I'm saying stone, like compact stone, like 3/4 inch crushed stone. There appeared to be that in the backyard leading to the deck. I didn't have any too much detailed photos of it, but there's some near map photos and a photo I had from 2023. So the applicant, after the fact, he went and he expanded it and he put a nice P-zone in there. So essentially it has more volume storage than it did before. So the waiver we're requesting is to allow us to have that pavered section, or the P-stone section within the BVW, within the 50-foot no disturb from the vernal pool, and everything else is beyond that. I don't think that would require the waiver.
Okay. So it's a replacement of a stone stone walkway with P-stone.
Correct.
I'll open it up to questions. David, anything that, specifically to the waiver?
Nope.
No.
No, thank you. Excuse me.
Brad, any questions at this point?
I'm trying to read my offsets right here on the map. I see the light blue lines,
The light blue would be the vernal pool offset,
vernal pool, okay.
and then the darker blue is just the BVW.
So it looks like we have some work within the vernal pool offset of that existing walkway. That's addition.
That's the portion, yep. Like that little small, I think it's you can kind of see where the light blue goes through and connects into the existing driveway, that portion right there.
Do we largely think that the footprint of that, within the 25, is the footprint that the path was in the existing condition? We have
Say
not,
that one more time?
we haven't expanded path area within the 25-foot
No,
buffer.
it's not,
Definitely
not in the 25.
50 foot.
It would be
50,
in
oh, okay.
50 in grass.
Great, okay, I'm all set.
Marissa?
I just want to confirm that the stone walkway was removed underneath the P-stone.
It was like a crushed stone walkway, so it was all, I wasn't, as before, we weren't notified, I don't
Yeah.
know much what happened, but when you put your shovel in there, it's all pretty loose, so I would assume so, but I don't have that answer.
All set on the waiver. Thanks.
All right, unless there's any more questions on the waiver request, we need a motion to approve or deny.
Start with the modification. I move that we approve the modification to
The waiver request.
the waiver. I move that we approve the waiver request for 242 1878 Ann Road.
Second.
Do we need to ask for a butters?
No, it's not a hearing.
Okay.
No, not this one. Motion and a second. Any more discussion on the waiver request? There being none of those in favor, say aye. That's unanimous. The waiver request is approved. Moving on then to the modification request. I think we know what the emphasis of the project is. Are there any questions? I'll just put it out to the board. We don't have to get down the line.
I
Okay.
think I'm all set here.
This is an after-the-fact modification.
So I'll move to approve the after-the-fact modification for 242-1878.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any more discussion? There being none of those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that's unanimous. Approved for the modification. What's the next one?
Next
Certificate
is
of,
We
certificate
did
of
close the
compliance.
enforcement order.
we did enforcement order first, correct. So, Amy, give us some background on the enforcement order and compliance.
Okay, so we issued the order of conditions for connection, a sewer force main connection to the town system. They had started work without doing any of the pre-construction requirements. I caught up with them. We issued an enforcement order requiring them to address them and make sure that the section of force main that was over the culvert was sleeved, and, not having the design engineer on site, it was unknown, so they had to dig it back up and found that it wasn't sleeved. They did sleeve it. Alec verified it, and, they...
Corrective actions were?
Yes, so all of the retro corrections were done. And so I think we could issue the certificate of compliance and then lift the enforcement order.
Why in that order?
Well,
Uh,
because,
Just procedure.
oh, I don't know. You guys do what you want. It doesn't matter, I guess. Because I think if we're gonna issue a COC, we're confirming that they're back into compliance, and then the EO becomes moot, I guess.
Yeah.
It doesn't really, I don't know if it really matters. You can say, okay, they're back into compliance with the enforcement order, and then the project's in compliance with the order and the approved plan, and then do the COC. I don't think it
Yeah,
matters.
yeah.
It doesn't
Okay.
matter.
I think let's just go with the EO first.
Okay,
And
yep.
then certificate of compliance.
Okay.
So, the enforcement order required a order of conditions, some additional corrective action, which it looks like was completed to the satisfaction of staff. So, we need a motion now to lift or keep the enforcement order in place.
Motion to lift the enforcement order for 242-1878.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any more discussion? To lift the enforcement order. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that's unanimous?
Nay, I'm a nay.
Nay.
Oh.
Okay. 3-1 in favor of lifting the enforcement order. Okay, last up, certificate of compliance. Amy's, go ahead with your recommendation.
Yep, so, we have a certification letter from, design engineer as part of the COC request, that things are in compliance. And I found that there's no more outstanding issues on site. And I'd recommend issuing a full and complete COC with ongoing conditions as prescribed.
Okay. Any questions on the certificate of compliance? David, no? Brad, no?
Certainly took the hard road here, but I do believe we're finally here.
Well, I think it's the most efficient for tonight. Marissa, any questions? Matt, no? Okay, need a motion to grant a certificate of compliance for 242-1898. I'm sorry, 1878, 30 Ann Road.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any more discussion? There being none of those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I'm a nay on this one.
Nay on that one. Okay. 3-1 in favor of granting the certificate of compliance.
Great, thank you. You
All right.
too.
Continuing on with certificates of compliance, next up is 242-1887, 156 and 172 Chestnut Street.
Let's look at my computer today. As-built plan. Alrighty. Okay. This order was issued in April of 2024, and it governed the demolition of an existing condo-style residential building within the Gray Rock condominium development and the construction of a new duplex residential building, shared paved driveway, rear decks and patios beneath, crushed stone infiltration trench, and a rain garden to mitigate driveway and roof runoff, and site grading within 100 feet to an isolated vegetated wetland. Restoration planting within the 25-foot no disturb zone and a post and rail fencing at the edge of the 25 were required. Plantings are doing well and the fence is monumented with wetland markers. Site is stable. All erosion controls have been removed. We have a certification letter from the design engineer, and he notes some deviations which aren't They're very minor, and in some cases, reducing the size of some elements of the project. So I'd recommend issuing a full and complete certificate of compliance with ongoing conditions as prescribed.
Okay, any questions from the commission? David?
Nope. Oh, thank you.
No,
Brad?
looks well done.
Melissa?
All set?
Max? Okay,
I move that we issue a full certificate of compliance of 242-1887, 156, 172 Chestnut Street.
Second.
motion and a second. Any more discussion? There being none of those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that's unanimous. Next up, certificate of compliance request for 242-946, 82 Raleigh Tavern Lane.
Alrighty, this order was issued in February of 1999, and it governed installation of a replacement septic system within the buffer zone to BVW. The system was at the front of the house, street side, and the wetland was at the rear of the property. Work has long since been completed, and the house has just gone through a sale, so they detected the outstanding order on the title, so they worked to get the as-built plan in place for us. And I went out, and there's no issues whatsoever that I could detect. So I'd recommend issuing a full and complete COC with ongoing conditions as prescribed.
Okay, any questions from the commission?
Just forgive my ignorance, but 25 years in, are there any remaining ongoing conditions? Do they go past 25
Yeah, there's-
years? You don't have to dig it out, just a
Yeah, there is a
simple-
few. It's like
Okay.
fertilizers and stuff like that.
Just checking.
Yeah.
No further questions.
Yeah, I'm all set.
We do have perpetual conditions,
That's what I was getting, yeah.
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
yeah, that
Curiosity done.
may or may not be part of this order. Marissa, any questions?
No questions.
Matt?
Also, thank you.
Okay.
I move that we issue a certificate of compliance for 242-946, 82 Raleigh Tavern Road.
Second.
Motion- Motion and a second. Any more discussion? There being none of those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that's unanimous. Next up, certificate of compliance, 242-1888, 50 Hay Meadow Road.
Just to- All right, come on. Really? I haven't
Doesn't
did
want to
that.
cooperate tonight, huh?
Again,
I need a mouse. Okay. This order was issued in May of 2024, and it governed the installation of an upgraded septic system within the 100-foot buffer zone to bordering vegetated wetland. Work was completed, the site is stable, erosion controls have been removed. However, wetland markers have not been installed, and there has been clearing some vegetation, which is really mostly invasives. That was undertaken without review or permitting with the commission. This area is stable, though. It's not like it got disturbed soil-wise. I had spoken to the homeowner about this area and recommended that they get the certificate of compliance out of the way and then go for a small project for the clearing of the vines. It was bittersweet and honeysuckle and multiflora rose and all those bad things, but, and it is 30 feet from the wetland, so it's not in the 25.
could you put your cursor approximately where that is?
Roughly here.
Right in there, okay, in the
Yep.
front?
Yep.
Front of the house?
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
Is the wetland across the street?
It's
No.
right on the side here.
Right on the side, okay.
Yep. Yep.
And it's 30-foot setback?
The edge of clearing is out of the 25, about 30 feet from the wetland, closest wetland flag.
Okay. Sounds like it was
So-
an improvement anyway.
Yeah. So I believe Brian Hughes is the homeowner, and he's here this evening if you have questions for him, or if you'd like to present anything, you're welcome to.
So, yes, for the wetland markers, I do have a request that instead of them following the erosion control line, I would prefer to follow the tree line. And the main purpose for that is I'm sorry, I only have one copy of these, but a large area that had been overtaken by these invasives.
This is the before picture?
This is a 2029 Street View picture. The before picture looked a little different than that.
Okay.
But cleared out, it looks like this. It
Okay.
was cleared out with a hedge trimmer. It was all vines, except for that, this big Japanese angelic tree, another invasive that was in there. So I did clear everything out just with hedge trimmers and lockers for things. Some of the bittersweet vines were, 3.5 inches in diameter.
They get big.
Really overtaken. 5 trees have already been destroyed from these invasives.
Could we get you back to the microphone, please? Yes, thank you. Do you mind if we keep these photos?
Please.
Thank you.
So I did overstep. We had that informal discussion, Amy and I. She said a small project permit should be sufficient for this. We did a preliminary measurement to ensure the 25-foot do not disturb area wouldn't be violated. But I don't want to continue losing these native trees due to these invasives that are growing there. So if we could mark the tree line, and as far as continued maintenance of those invasives, I'm open for suggestions about what's the best thing to do, whether it's dig out a little bit and put in native grass seed, or if there's some native shrubs that should go there instead. I'm
Okay.
very open for suggestions, but I don't want to protect that invasive patch as do not disturb area and
Sure.
get a permit every time I need to clear it.
Sure. So let's deal with the certificate of compliance question first. Is that the reason why the wetland markers have not been
Yes,
installed?
because I couldn't see the tree line,
Okay.
so I didn't want to protect that invasive area.
But
That's-
the requirement is what, at the 25-foot no disturb?
I really
or-
wanted it at the edge of limit of work because it drops off and it's a slope. So I think in this particular instance, it makes more sense to have it at the top of the slope, or at least the markers on trees that are at the top of the slope because,
So,
that's
so around the back, you can't really see, it does slope down.
Uh-huh.
I have no issue putting it at the edge of work there. It's really the front that was the concern.
So you'd rather them right along here?
Exactly, yes.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Where is that roughly within our buffers?
So this tree line,
Yeah.
roughly 30 feet from the wetland?
Oh, okay. So we're outside of the 25?
Yeah,
Everywhere he already wants to put them?
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay, so, and then where it does drop off,
Which is,
we would need to install, what would we need to do there?
It's posts on,
Okay.
so the 4x4 is pressure treated, 2 feet below grade, 2 feet above grade, along where that erosion barrier was at
Right.
the top of the slope.
So
Yeah,
like
you
Like
can
foot-
see it.
So right along here,
Yeah.
The limit of work, okay.
yeah.
Okay, we'd need a final inspection of
Yeah.
that before we issue a certificate of compliance. Could you do that within 2 weeks, or
Yeah.
3 weeks?
Yeah,
actually?
yeah.
Is it
Yep.
2 weeks or 3
Just
weeks?
by December 10th.
Sure.
Yeah, it is 3 weeks. Okay, I think maybe it's sensible to continue this.
Do we want to talk about the
Yeah,
clearing?
I had a couple questions. I don't know if anybody else does first, but.
Well, I was just thinking about the the certificate of compliance for now. I think all the conditions haven't been satisfied, so it's unlikely we would normally issue a certificate of compliance. I'd like to get a vote on that and then provide some direction on the cleared area.
So you're looking for a motion to table till the December 10th?
Continue.
Yeah, to December, so moved.
Motion and a second to continue this request for certificate of compliance to December 10th.
If we continue it though, can we still have discussion about it? Don't we need to have the discussion now?
You can do it now,
first?
yeah.
Okay. So, I guess if, you know, you'd mentioned you wanted to continue maintaining it, anything within 100 feet is jurisdictional, so, if you want to have like a maintenance plan, it might be beneficial to have that on the record when the certificate of compliance or small project request or however we're doing it comes in.
So, that's okay. I did just want to also point out that most of that area was grass before that had been overtaken by the invasives. So I don't know how that factors in, like if you just have lawn within the 100 feet.
It's still jurisdictional. You can maintain it, but it's still jurisdictional, so we want to make it easier for you so
Okay.
that
Yeah.
in the future.
Yeah, I'm just envisioning a scenario where I put up these posts and then every time the vines grow over and I cut them down, I get flagged and.
That's what we
Yeah,
we want to
yeah.
prevent that.
Sure.
Yeah, so it sounds like we're heading in a good direction here, where we post the wetland markers on the trees in the area where it is flatter, and that's where the invasives
Yes.
were removed.
Yeah.
And then we have them on posts where the grade drops off
Yep.
at the limit of work. So,
Do we need a modification? Yeah, that's my question.
Well,
We
we-
don't have like a request for a mod or, like a request for a permit for that clearing, and, it was just, you know, I was reacting to the COC. Wetland markers were out of compliance with the order, and then this clearing, so, usually the commission doesn't want to grant COCs when we have a non-compliant issue or issues. And then if you feel that he needs to come back for a modification to the order to incorporate this cleared area, that could be part of it. And then when we do ongoing conditions and say, you can maintain this area as lawn and, you know, treat for or cut for whatever invasives that may spring up, you don't know, then he's covered with a COC that says that. That's a way to do it, because then it's really on the record, because they record the COC.
Sounds like a path to victory to me.
I just want to, you know, to the applicant's benefit, I just want to make sure that, like, you are able to take care of those species and not have to come back to us every time you want to cut down bittersweet, because that's everywhere.
Yeah, no, I know. Right.
okay, so let's see, what direction we heading here? I think I have a motion anyway to continue the certificate of compliance request to December 10th. And do we have a second for that? Did you
Yep.
second that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Discussion.
Okay. So if we continue that, we need to provide direction whether to submit a modification request or submit a small project that would take care of the clearing that I think everyone wants to accomplish. Will there be any filling in that also? Maybe
I don't know.
topsoil, probably?
I don't know. I haven't
Okay,
figured out what to do beyond just cut down the vines.
yeah.
So I could try to put together an idea. If filling's on the table, sure, fill it and seed it with native seed, I think would be ideal. If that's not on the table,
Yeah,
I don't know.
You need to come up with a plan on how you want to handle that, and I know our staff has examples of vegetation management plans that address invasives like this. You could take that advice or hire a wetland scientist to help you out with that, one or the other, but that will have to be addressed. So do we consider a certificate of compliance? Well, we can't consider it without the wetland markers. Do we consider it with this clearing? That's the question.
And if he's, wants the option to bring in loam, I'd want that to be under the order of conditions.
Sounds like that might be the best approach, to do a modification to the order of conditions. We'll still proceed down the path where we discussed on the wetland markers, but it looks like it makes most sense to come up with a specific plan that you know that you can execute, and then you can have a management plan to manage those invasives. Basically just pull them when they're small and keep pulling them, you know?
Yeah.
But we should probably, maybe we could deny the certificate of compliance request without bias.
We just
If we
table it
deny
until-
it, shouldn't we just continue it? Because if we deny it, then they'd,
Yeah, there's a,
yeah, it goes to the
Well-
state.
So he's got 2 years left on the order, and you'll probably need the spring to.
I wouldn't be doing any filling or anything this fall.
So,
or winter.
so I think maybe denying the COC right now, because he's got a couple years to get this under control.
Maybe he
And
could
he-
withdraw his request.
Well,
Yeah.
there you go.
That might be the best way to go.
Yeah.
Withdraw the request for certificate of compliance, and then come back with a modification to the order of conditions, addressing the cleared area, and also, in the meantime, address the wetland markers.
Okay.
Okay? So, do you agree to withdraw your request for certificate of compliance tonight?
Sure, and that was the most recent documentation package submitted,
Yeah,
so all those documents are still valid,
yeah,
and I'll resubmit with a new order of conditions.
Yep.
Okay,
With a modified order of conditions?
yeah, modified.
okay.
So Amy will help work you through the modification request. You'll be back before us to get that approved, and once that's approved, the work's done according to the order, and and then we can give you the certificate of compliance to cover the whole thing.
Okay,
All right?
all right.
Cool,
All right?
okay,
The-
alrighty.
so I withdraw my motion.
Okay, David withdraws.
Okay, we need to take no action. He's withdrawn his request for certificate of compliance. So, we'll be in touch.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, next up, 242-1783, 1116 and 1116 Great Pond Road. This is south entrance at Brooks School.
Mr. Chairman, is there a reason to keep these separate, or can we take them together?
They're
or-
two different projects.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
they're
making
kind
sure.
of different. All right,
I just noticed the addresses were the same, that's all.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
okay, south entrance for Brooks School. Okay, So this order was issued in September of 2020, and it governed removal of an existing paved south entrance access driveway and associated spur driveway that served Dearborn House, and restoring those footprints to lawn and meadow. They also proposed to construct a rain garden at the intersection of this to-be-removed south entrance and Great Pond Road to mitigate some of the roadway runoff. And work was partly within the 25 and the 50 to BVW, and the waiver was granted. Then what they ended up doing was they purchased a property at, what is that, 1116 Great Pond Road. It was a big, huge mansion, single-family house that you'll see. This was the driveway to it. So they used this entrance to be their new main campus driveway entrance. They took away this existing driveway to the house, which they ended up demolishing and constructing faculty housing, which most of it was out of the buffer zone. Really, all that involved with that removal of driveways, the section that was in the buffer zone for us. There was requirement for a stone wall along the 25 for this stretch of the wetland. That's been installed and marked with markers. Stormwater management was via a swale and a catch basin and water quality unit. And that discharged via a velocity reducer. Work is complete, erosion controls are removed, the site is stable. I walked the site in September with Anthony from, Hailing Ward, I thought you were, okay, anyway. And I found no outstanding issues. We just needed some documentation for stormwater management, O&M, and we got that. And then just some updated request materials. So for this project, I don't have any outstanding concerns, and I would recommend that you issue a COC with ongoing conditions.
Okay.
Anthony Cleaves is here if you have questions for him. He's PE with Haley and Ward.
Yeah, I remember the modification especially on this one. But anyway, any questions, David?
No, sir.
For this one? Brad?
I'm all set.
Anything? Marissa?
All set?
Matt?
All set, thank you.
Good. Okay, I have no questions or comments either.
I move that we issue a full certificate of compliance for 242-1783, 1160, and 1116 Great Pond Road, south entrance.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any more discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that's unanimous. Next up is 1160, 1116 Great Pond Road,
Oh, I see.
Boathouse.
Alrighty. That's south entrance, alrighty. Alright, this order was issued in June of 2022, and it governed demolition of existing structures down at the boat launch for Brooks School. And they built a brand-new boathouse outside the 50-foot no-build zone with associated entrances, ADA access walkways, grading, gravel access driveway, and removal of gravel areas close to the shore and restoring them with lawn. installing reinforced lawn connecting the boathouse to the boat launch, as that required sometimes vehicles passing back and forth, and restoration planting within the footprint of the Lyman Boathouse that is, for all intents purposes, was in the wetland, because now it's a wetland, so it regenerated back. The plantings are doing well in that area. Site stable, erosion controls have been removed, wetland markers are installed, and I saw no issues of concern while on my site visit. The area in front of the seawall, well, it's not really a seawall, but it's the retaining wall at the shore edge. During the time that the lake was at the highest levels, it was overtopping and creating a muddy situation. Grass was dying, and that was where foot traffic back and forth with getting the boats into the water, and it was just a mess. So they came back for a modification to expand that gravel area, and it's working like a charm. So I have no issues with keeping it the way it is. So Anthony's here if you have any questions or if you want to fill any gaps, if I missed anything.
Okay, sounds like it's fully compliant. Open it up for questions. Commission? David?
I'm all set, thank you.
Okay. Brad?
So good work, I'm all set.
Marissa?
All set.
All set, thank you.
Okay. All right, so we've got, we need a motion to approve the certificate of compliance.
I move that we issue a full CSC for 242-1839, 1160 and 1116 Great Pond Road Boathouse.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any more discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that's unanimous.
Thanks, Anthony.
Thanks, Amy.
Through the certificates. Now, small project NACC 352 for 725 Boxford Street. Replace an existing deck.
Okay. So this project was shepherded through by our field inspector, and she's not here this evening, but I will pick up the reins. The project consists of an in-kind replacement of an existing 44 by 14 deck at the rear of the house, including 5 new precast footings. Footings are slated to be dug by a mini excavator. Construction access is from the driveway over the grassy area and then up through the rear. And the closest point of the work on the deck is 88 feet from the wetland, but the construction access will be a little closer, but it will be protected by erosion controls. I believe you are the homeowner?
I'm a contractor.
Contractor, okay. If you want to, you can introduce yourself.
I'm Arthur Watson.
Okay.
I'm going to replace the deck, hopefully. It's kind of caving in, and there was never proper footings put under it.
Okay.
So we are,
So they're coming under category B, in-kind replacement of existing decks regardless of size. Staff recommended conditions that required installation of 8-inch straw wattle to be installed and securely staked as depicted on this plan here that you see, and schedule a pre-construction site meeting with the contractor, the homeowner, and the conservation staff to review scope of work and make sure that erosion controls are installed properly, and then schedule a post-construction visit to verify compliance and approve removal of the erosion controls.
Okay. good setbacks, good set of plans too for a small project. Erosion controls identified nicely. So anyway, Amy's got a recommendation for a small project category B. Any discussion from the commission?
No, thank you. I only want to touch on the category really quick, because normally we hold their feet to the fire on foundations and where we're going to put piers in. Or not piers, but...
Footings.
Yeah, footings.
Footings.
Saying that they didn't have footings in the previous one, and I don't want, this project is completely approvable. I'm just,
So,
when I think in kind, I'm thinking the same exact thing,
yeah.
same product is going
Right.
in.
So can you just explain what they have for footings at the moment?
Don't really know, to be honest. I just know that they're not doing it. And to put a new deck on there, they weren't gonna allow what was there.
Let's not talk about it in terms of footings. How about supports for the deck? Are they roughly in the same location, even if they're rotted away? Or?
They're rotted away. The deck is sagging, and there's a lot of rot. So, for it to be supported properly, we need to put new footings in there.
And
It's not like I can go off of, or the inspector's gonna accept what's there either. I didn't dig around it to see what was there, to be honest.
No, and you're fine. It's just a procedural one for the next thing that comes up. And we only have half our lawyers here, so maybe I'm not that worried about it.
Yeah.
Okay, any more, Brad?
No, I'm not that involved.
Okay. Marissa, any questions?
Just one clarification, the stone wall that's on, like in this picture, that's gonna remain, right?
Yes.
Okay.
yeah, that doesn't need to be touched.
It's good, it's a good barrier.
Yeah, that's,
Any questions, Matt?
No, thank you.
No?
frames the backyard.
Yeah.
Okay, we need a motion for the category of the small project and whether it's approved or not tonight by the commission.
So I make a motion that we approve that the project does qualify as a small project category B, and that that it move forward with the conditions as noted
Second.
for 725 Boxford Street. Sorry.
Motion and a second to approve as a category B. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that's unanimous. That's approved.
Okay, so we'll get the permit out to you, if not late this week, sometime next week, and then we'll just connect to do a pre-construction together.
I'll stop in the office to see Alexis.
Okay, great.
All right,
Okay, thank you.
Next up, request for determination of applicability, 24 Farnham Street.
That's, oh, you have mailing slips? Excellent, okay, I'll take those. All right, so wait a minute. This, I'm gonna go to existing. This is existing conditions. Okay, alrighty. Alrighty, so this project entails the removal of front steps and the deteriorating flagstone wall to replace with a retaining wall and installation of granite steps and a paver walkway from the driveway to the front door. So currently, we have sort of failing walls kind of at the corner of the house and at the front. And they are currently, let's see, at their closest point, 31 feet from the wetland. This corner here. So what they'd like to do, the red shows a new retaining wall in the walkway area. Our field inspector did the measurements to the wetland, which is alongside of the driveway here. And the work is outside the 25. And the new measurements are 52 feet at the closest point, so they are pulling things away from the wetland. There is obviously the driveway in between, but the work is getting farther away. Machinery to accomplish the work would include a skid steer and a mini excavator, and machinery and the materials to be stored in the paved driveway, and there's no dumpster needed, apparently. So the homeowner's here with us this evening, if you have questions, and then I can give you my recommendation.
Okay, existing wall is 31 feet and proposed wall is 52 feet?
Yep.
Okay,
I have no questions, thank you.
No?
I think I'm all set.
Marissa, any questions?
The surface material, I guess, is gonna remain the same, so it's not gonna be paved or anything?
In terms of the difference between the 31 and the 52?
Yeah, where the new wall is.
Yes, so Amy, can you go back to
Oh, yeah.
with the red triangle? So there's a small section, based off where it has to be set back, that it's gonna turn into a small section of paver, where you can see it, but everything else will be loom or in grass.
Okay, that's all.
Matt, any questions?
Just wanted to see that.
So it's kind of that small triangle right there. That'll be a section of pavers.
And what is that now?
It's a mix between, it's a mix between the flagstone, the dry stack flagstone, and the driveway.
Okay, and that one actually is closer than 50 feet.
But it runs along the driveway that, right, it's,
Yeah, I see it.
yeah.
I see why they're doing it. Okay, so closest, so you're disturbing within 31 feet and constructing new at 52 feet and doing some modification to pavers inside of 50. Let's see, what did,
But that would be pervious, right? They'd have space in between for
Yes.
water to
Yeah.
percolate through,
So
so.
Yeah.
Unilock also does, so Unilock is the product, they also make a permeable, like, paver that would be, that's what the board requests, we would obviously,
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
specific section would be permeous.
so we have erosion controls on this?
Yeah, and actually, Alexis had just
Oh,
suggested.
75 feet, I see it, yeah, okay.
Yeah, just sort of, just to fully encompass sort of the work area, so we would just kind of go from the,
Yeah,
just that way, yep.
that's probably appropriate. Okay,
So we good?
I think so.
So, I recommend closing the hearing. I don't know if there's anyone here in the public that has, or abutters that have any questions. Okay. Close the hearing and issue a -3 determination, and with the following conditions that require the erosion control installation, a pre-construction meeting with conservation staff, homeowner, and the contractor to review erosion controls and scope of work, and then a post-construction inspection with conservation staff to verify compliance and approve removal of erosion controls.
So moved. Second.
Is this a steep driveway?
No.
It isn't?
It comes off of Farnham, it does come down a little bit, and then it levels out.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we have a motion and a second, and we already asked for abutters. Is there any more discussion? There being none of those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that is a -3 determination with conditions stated. Thank you.
Great, thank you. So we'll get that out to you probably next week, and then we can go from there. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I'll take it. Thank you, thanks. Thank you.
Notice of intent, 242-1919 Stone Cleave Road, continued from October 22nd.
Good evening. Do you want me to go first?
Sure. Well, I figure out what to pull up here.
Okay.
Go.
We were here in October, presented the plans. We were waiting for stormwater review from Horsley Witten. We did satisfy the review engineer. Planning board approved the project last week, so we're here. There was one outstanding item, I believe, was an alternatives analysis, which I did supply, and I could, if the commission would like, I can review that. But essentially, the plan didn't change. All of the stormwater adjustments were pretty much all technical, correct an invert, change an infiltration rate, adjust the groundwater, but very, very minor. The layout did not change at all. So,
Okay. Yeah, before we get into questions, Ben, could you just point out maybe where the, like the three alternatives that you mentioned, like where the three locations are for the level spreaders?
yep. Amy can pull up the plan.
Travis plan.
Yep.
There we go.
So, alternative one is what we call our current design, and essentially that conveys the outlet to Stormwater Pond 3 under a driveway that's located right upstream of that outlet. This is what I consider the best location, and the reason being that the driveway is raised up in relation to the land that's between the buffer zone, between the driveway and the wetlands. So it drops off pretty quick. We can sneak a pipe under the driveway. We've specified a cement line ductile iron because it's only going to have about a foot of cover, and it comes out right at grade. So very minimal disturbance. We can just create an area for that level spreader, and then it will just run off into the woods, and it's a very slight slope there. It drops in 25 feet, it only drops about a foot. So alternative two is to the east, so plan right.
Before you move in,
Nope.
alternative two, alternative one setback, it looks like to be about 20 feet.
I think it's, so alternative one, I think it's 25 feet at the closest point. One of them is 29 and the other's 25. To be honest, I can't read it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
the
was
reduced
having
size
trouble reading
brain.
it too. Yeah, okay.
My glasses aren't strong enough.
Oh, okay, 25, so 25 at the closest.
Correct.
Okay, good, sorry. Alternative two?
So alternative two puts the outlet out of the buffer zone. We would just run the pipe in a different location. However, because the driveway, and you can see the topo, if you go from alternative one and you go to the right, you kind of cross a dash line. That's a 1 foot rise in the topography, and then right where we want the outlet is another dash line, so it's actually 2 feet higher than where we want alternative 1. So we still have to get under the driveway, the pipe will be below the ground coming out in that location. So it would be outside of the 50-foot no disturb, but then we'd have to, put a riprap swale to get to the grade we need to drain the pipe. So, alternative 2 would have 385 square feet of disturbance, and I didn't locate the exact location of trees, but there might be a tree that has to come down. There definitely would be more clearing in the buffer zone, because we run the pipe now, and instead of running that short distance, about 50 feet from our clearing area, we're running diagonally, would be 75 or 80 feet of tree clearing to get to that location.
Okay.
So alternative 3, we looked at on the west side, same situation. It's 2 feet higher in that location. In order to get over there and get under the driveway, we'd be up outside the 50, but then we'd have to excavate a channel to get down to the grade to drain the pipe. And that would be within the 50-foot no disturb, and that would be about 250 square feet of 50-foot buffer zone. And again, a little more tree clearing than alternative 2 because of the distance away
Yep.
from the detention pond.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right, those are the alternatives. We need to vote on the waiver request first, so let's just focus on this for now. David, any questions from you on the alternatives analysis?
I am all set, thank you.
Okay.
Let me just make one clarification.
Yes.
Alternative 1 actually will be letting the pipe out in front of where the driveway is. So we would keep it out of the 50 foot, but then the water would have to run over the gravel driveway. And we didn't feel that was a good engineering. And it's a gravel driveway, and now you're gonna be taking sediment off the driveway into the wetland. What we have designed is, I guess, what we've called a proposed design. So in my analysis, that's what's on the plan.
Yes, okay, with the level spreader shown.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
I still have no questions.
No questions.
Do you happen to know what the top of dam width is for pond 3? Looks pretty narrow.
No, it's a funny scale.
Yeah.
There's a detail, I believe it's 10 feet.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I didn't see a detail.
Oh, I didn't
Another detail sheet.
print out every sheet for you.
Yeah, that was helpful.
6023.
What was the question?
The top of dam width, it just looked really narrow here.
The berm.
So,
Yeah.
the berm or the riprap?
Those are 4 to 1.
It's 41 slow, okay. And the top,
And I think that's every 2 feet.
and the top of pond itself is 98?
Right.
Okay. 10 foot looks like it's about right then. It's not book, but that's good enough.
Yeah, the top of the berm.
I'm all set.
Okay. Marissa, anything?
So I guess I just have a couple of questions on like sequencing and how this work is going to be done. I think I would be personally okay with the waiver request. I would just want some additional information. So I don't know if it makes sense to lump that into the rest of the project or if it makes sense to hold off. Specifically, I would request and it does it as a condition of approval, like a construction sequencing for this area.
Is that provided with the notice of intent?
we have a basic construction sequence, but we don't get into, you know, that much detail. I don't have a problem, you know, an approval condition and part of a pre-construction meeting, but, you know, basically, it would be install the erosion control, you're gonna install the level spreader, and then install your pipe across the driveway, and, you know, hay mulch any other disturbance, and, you know, do it all. It would take, you know, probably a day to get out of that 50-foot zone onto the other side of the driveway.
No, understood. I think I would personally want it to be a condition of approval so that the contractor is able to provide, you know, sign off on it. And, just because there's a couple things, like I noticed, like the limit of work doesn't go around this area, so I just want to, you know, make sure that everyone's aware that erosion controls need to go around it, and they need to take particular care in that area and make sure that it doesn't happen during a rainy season and all that stuff. So I think all that information could definitely be provided pre-construction, but I would want it.
Yeah, that's, if it's not written down, it really doesn't exist, does it?
So I don't know if that goes into the bigger notice of intent, or if that's part of the waiver request discussion, so.
Well, I think it would be the waiver request, honestly. Because that, we're voting, they're asking us to vote to approve the plan as presented, and if that's part of the plan as presented, that's a pretty important part of it, so.
Can you do it that if you were to make a motion to approve the waiver on the condition that the orders of condition be updated with that? Can you do it that way? Because we're not going to issue a decision for 4 weeks, right? So we could draft that into the OOC? No? That's what I was thinking.
It's an option.
So you can make the motion to approve the waiver on the condition that the orders of condition include everything you just said, and then we could still close the hearing and then approve the OOC, and when we go to approve the OOC in December, we make sure that that's in there, right?
It's ready tonight, so
Okay,
we could, if you close tonight, we'd issue it tonight.
so then we just make sure we put it in
We
there.
have to put that in.
Yep.
So a pre-construction condition would be a sequence of construction specific to the, this alternative one, discharge from pond, stormwater pond number 3. And that would need to be approved by staff.
Yeah.
That would be a pre-construction condition. I guess we could do that. Is that, how's that sound to you?
It seems, yeah, that seems like a good plan.
Okay.
Amy, we usually do construction sequence. The contractor usually does one for the overall project. That's a requirement.
Right.
Even though we kind of provide a basic one, the contractor
Right.
does a more detailed
Yeah.
one, so it could be an addition to that condition.
It sounds like it needs to be, Ben, because to Marissa's point, this is an area that is kind of the outside of the limit of work, the primary limit of work, and it could be. It's important that that be addressed, especially with the waiver part of it. So.
Yeah, because like, how will the pipe be installed within the gravel drive? Is that an excavation or, so, yeah, so we need, yeah. And that's really a sensitive area, so we need, you know, robust erosion controls and time of year work. So, I don't know, like leaving it to the contractor,
We don't want to
is
do
he really
that.
sensitive to all of our concerns? Do you know what I mean?
Well, we're leaving it to the project, so it is up to the applicant to who prepares it, whether it's the engineer or the contractor. My recommendation is that to wait until the contractor is on board so that they are not just gonna go out and do whatever they
Yeah.
want. And ideally, the
True.
engineer would work with the contractor to come
Right.
up with a schedule, but, it's important to have everybody kind of on board.
Right, right.
You could have the condition say that it should be, the plan for it should be prepared by the engineer and approved by the contractor, acknowledged and approved by the contractor. We do that all the time we work with them, develop a plan.
That sounds like a
Yep.
good way to word it.
Could work it. Okay.
Does it make sense to have this particular sequence be specific to this area where it is kind of different?
I would want it to be because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like the rest of the site, we're not gonna request as many details, and this is gonna require a lot of
Yeah.
detail.
Yeah.
All right, so where are we at? Are we approving the modification right now, and then we're just gonna add some conditions?
Well, the request right now is to approve the waiver request for alternative one. But we still haven't gotten to Matt yet.
I'm all set.
All set? Okay. So the request is to approve the waiver of alternative one as shown on the plan, CS 1501, with the pre-construction condition that a sequence of construction be provided specific to this stormwater pond 3 discharge area, specific to that, as a pre-construction condition, and that be approved by conservation staff prior to the beginning of work.
Prepared by the design engineer and signed off by the site contractor.
Yes, both of those. So, is that your motion?
Yes.
Okay, motion to approve the waiver as clarified. All those in favor?
Discussion.
Can I ask just
Discussion,
one
yes.
clarifying question? Alternative one's not what you're asking, right?
It's the alternative that says proposed design.
So proposed design, so location of alternative one on the map, that's not what you're asking, for.
Right, it's
Okay.
proposed design,
I just wanted to be clear.
but as shown on 1501.
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I think that's what you said, I just wanted to make sure we were all talking about the same thing.
Okay, motion and a second to approve the waiver with the pre-construction condition. Any more discussion? There being none of those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that's unanimous. The waiver is approved. Now that that's behind us, we've got to consider issuing an order of conditions for the notice of intent 242-1919.
Do we have to ask for butters and then close the hearing first?
Yeah, close the hearing, right. Well, but we need to, is there any discussion on the remainder of the project? We have stormwater reviewed and addressed. We've got natural heritage had some conditions, conditions that we need to, consider as part of our order of conditions, I think.
So Natural Heritage is requiring
that's the
a
alternatives,
turtle
yeah.
protection plan, and a division-approved wildlife biologist needs to prepare that and also be the monitor.
Do you have any objections to their suggestion?
The natural heritage?
Yeah.
I don't know
better
that I
not.
can object.
Better not.
I hadn't read it that carefully. They have to do the monitor. Is that erosion control monitor or a turtle monitor?
It's different. So you're gonna have a
Okay.
regular, unless you can find a wildlife biologist that wants to be your erosion control monitor too, you're gonna have a regular erosion control monitor, and then you're gonna have your wildlife biologist, and they're gonna be doing their own particular monitoring and reporting to Natural Heritage and us.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, it's a thing. The turtle protection plan. You know, recording, I think that's consistent with what we normally do. Delineation of limits of work. There's some extra fencing that they want you to do.
Right, we do that. That's standard.
Okay.
Yep.
Then the turtle protection plan is, yeah,
to be prepared by the wildlife
by
biologist.
biologists, for sure. And I'm not really sure what that's going to end up looking like, but it'll have to be in our order of conditions, where it's already in the order of conditions for natural heritage, and then remove erosion controls. The turtle protection plan's really the thing that is different here for you. So,
I've dealt with them before, but I've never had a turtle monitor during construction. That must be a new thing that they're doing now.
they required it for another project across town not too long ago, and it turns out that they were able to reconfigure the project. They didn't need to do it. They could stay outside the area, so we don't have a turtle protection plan to offer you as an example.
Yeah, we do. Actually, we do.
We
Oh,
do?
yeah?
Hawkins.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we do. No, you're thinking of Winter Street
Yeah.
that they
right.
moved, but Hawkins Lane for the new house,
Oh, okay.
they did, so,
So there you go.
yep.
Okay, so those are some special conditions. The project as a whole has been in front of us one meeting, and I'll open it up to questions from the commission. Is there anything that comes to mind right now before we consider closing this hearing?
No additional questions on my part, thank you.
I'm all set.
All set? Larissa?
Yes, I have a few. Sorry.
Okay, no, it's all right.
Yes.
I might have missed it, but was there a snow management plan? The reason why I bring that up is just because some of the driveways end are really close to the swale and the stormwater pond. So I just want a mechanism so that whoever's doing snow plowing isn't dumping snow into those
Yeah.
stormwater features. So whether,
There's no specific snow management plan.
okay.
I don't, typically in this, a plow goes up and just plows everything off to the side. I can see your point that
Yeah, that's a
the
straight
pond
shot.
here on this lot, unit 3, we could put some kind of signage there, I don't, but the same thing, I think snow plower's gonna come along and he's gonna end up plowing along the side and pushing it up to the end of the driveway.
Just like there and there.
Amy, have we done, or Jack, have we done signage for, like, no
Yes.
dumping snow?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
No snow stockpiling.
There you go.
Yeah.
We could condition that.
Yeah. I think that would be,
So specifically at the end of each driveway, each of the three?
I would say the end of the unit 1 and 2, and then along the side of unit 3.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you think requiring like sections of post and rail fence?
Well, that was
At the
actually my
end?
next comment about the swale and the stormwater pond in the back. I know that I read it was going to be HOA maintained, and this is going to be a single lot, so yeah, it might be nice to have some protection for specifically the area by Stormwater Pond 3 and the swale leading up to it.
What kind of protection? Safety protection?
No, just kind of,
Water quality?
designating it stormwater features versus somebody's lawn.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I gotcha.
But still want it to be maintained, just don't want,
Yeah,
don't know.
sign, okay.
dumping of leaves in the swale
Yeah,
or just things
exactly.
like that.
Yep,
So
yeah, so signage,
my opinion on that
Fencing.
would be if you put a fence up on the uphill side of the swale,
Yep.
they're gonna blow the leaves under the fence and into the swale. If you put a fence on the other side of the swale, it would almost make it that they're gonna maintain that swale. I mean, I really think it should be, it's meant to be lawn, it's not a very deep swale, it's not gonna be a wet swale. It's just meant to be, convey the water, and it probably should be mowed so that it doesn't get clogged and it's kept clean. But I would be afraid that if you put a fence there, it's just gonna become an area behind the fence that nobody's gonna wanna touch.
Yeah, I see your point. If it's behind a fence and somebody might just
I
add
would blow it
leaves,
under the
yeah.
fence myself.
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
But perhaps some signage to let people know what it is, because when people are buying the house, they don't pay attention to this kind of stuff. And it's like a foreign thing and they have no idea. And you could provide them with all the paperwork in the world, but they're not gonna read it. So, maybe like some sort of, it doesn't have to be ugly signage, but it's really gotta tell people, this is a stormwater feature. Don't fill it, don't plant in it, just mow it and keep it clean, and I don't know.
Condition a sign that indicates stormwater swale, keep clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I guess my final comment is, so this is all wooded, correct? Is there any plantings proposed anywhere? Or is it just kind of, because I'm assuming they're gonna have to clear cut to grading and everything like that, so, that's understandable, but,
When we do the cluster,
yep.
Saves woods, but it eliminates all the trees in our work area. But, I mean, we don't have a specific planting plan. The developer will plant some trees in the front of the house, but he's not gonna revegetate areas. I think as the people live in the homes, they'll start to plant, but there's no specific plan.
So we'll need to sort of, probably the infiltration or the septic system,
Can't really.
you
plant
can't really
around those.
plant, so
can't
that's
plant
gonna be
around those.
Yeah.
grassy areas. So you have grassy.
I anticipate when they're constructed, everything within that limit of work shown is gonna be planted with grass.
Grass.
Yeah, I mean, that,
And you don't want it on the slope of the stormwater pond either.
Yep.
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, this is, I can't remember how many acres, but it's gonna trigger a MPDS
Yep.
permit, so
Yes.
everything's gonna have to be stabilized anyway, so.
Right. It's 3
Yeah.
acres of disturbance, a little bit more.
Okay,
And
nothing
most of that
specific.
would be out of our jurisdiction anyway. But I do think that I included a draft condition that, I think we point them to the North Andover's approved planting list, which is pretty extensive for the town, so we can, if you're gonna plant, then you gotta take from this list.
Yep.
That's
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 fine.
what we can say.
Native species.
Yeah,
don't plant bittersweet.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm all
Okay.
set.
Yeah, okay, good. No, good input.
I'm all
That-
set. Thanks.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is, in addition to that pre-construction condition on the construction sequencing for the outfall from Stormwater Pond 3, in addition to that, we've got snow stockpiling signs, prohibiting snow stockpiling at the end of the driveways for Unit 1 and Unit 2, and along the right side, the west, yeah,
West
good.
side,
The
yeah.
west side of the driveway for Unit 3.
Yep.
No snow stockpiling signs there. That would be conditioned. And then signs along the swale entering Stormwater Pond 3, indicating stormwater swale, keep clear. That's a grassy swale, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's grass.
Okay, so,
We might want to label this front basin as well, that it really shouldn't be, because
I agree.
I can just see the snow plow guy just going, oh, psh, I gotta cut in, so I'm shoving it this way.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah. Well, it's Cape Cod berm too, which is pretty easy to.
Yeah. Okay.
so north
So all
side
the
of the,
ponds are just gonna get signage.
so north side of the driveway, no snow stockpiling signs there too.
Yep.
Okay.
Be more worried about the town. Dunkin' drives right across the street, they'll be like, oh, look at that.
A hole for us. Okay, well, if we're gonna condition those things, are we ready to close the hearing? Yes. Any abutters would like to be heard for Stone Cleave Road? Three-house development, none answer. So we should consider closing this and issuing a decision within 21 days.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second to close the hearing with conditions discussed. Any more discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that's unanimous.
Thanks, Ben.
Notice of intent, 242-1920, 1230 Salem Street.
So the commission will recall this project entails the construction of a garage, an in-ground pool, associated patio, a pool house, and infiltration trenching. Features are proposed outside the 50-foot no-build zone, and the applicant's engineer provided a stormwater memo for the calculations for the infiltration rates for the trenches. At the last hearing, the commission requested plan changes to reflect dewatering detail, stockpile area, construction route, and all proposed fencing and construction sequence. And those items have been added to the plan. We have a notation here that no construction accessed on the side of the south side of the house, because this is the septic system area. So it's obvious that it's going to be on this side of the house. Let's see, so fencing, all fencing is shown, and we have security fencing around, it's hard to see, but it's in there, around the patio, and then perimeter fencing at the base of the slope, or maybe at the top base. Let's see. Stockpile area outside the buffer over here. And the second page has a construction sequence. and then dewatering detail. David Carroll with Hancock Associates is with us, as is Rick Martin, the applicant.
Thank you.
Thanks. We did, Alexis and I did walk the site and approve the wetland line, made no changes.
Okay. Let's go to the commission. Any questions?
No questions, thank you.
I'm blind today. Where is the construction access on here? I don't see it.
It's in sequence. They're going to access on the side where the garage is going to be constructed. So in sequence, they'll build the pool and the pool house first, and then the
Okay.
garage second, and that'll be the access. They'll paint themselves out of that corner by constructing the garage after the pool and everything's done.
Okay. So they're out of luck if they ever need to get a truck back there in the future, huh?
They are. Unless
That-
they're,
It's not a
Well,
big
that's
problem.
true, yeah.
yep, they're neighbors. See if they're neighbors or friends.
No, or they would actually have to timber mat over the septic leach field, which are like dissipation mats that maybe you've seen those in construction energy projects. If that were ever necessary in the future.
Lift the truck over the house with a crane.
I'm all set.
Okay. Marissa, any questions?
I'm all set, thanks.
Okay. Matt?
I'm all set, appreciate addressing our comments from last.
Okay. I have no comments either. I think they've answered all our questions. And do we have any abutters that wish to be heard on 1230 Salem Street? Non-answer. So I'll entertain a motion to close and issue a decision within 21 days.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any more discussion? There being none, of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that's unanimous.
Outstanding. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
No, I don't think we need to stick around for the decisions. We'll get the standard order of conditions.
Yeah,
That,
yeah.
Yep, I can brief Rick on those
Okay,
types of deals.
all
and
right.
We'll take a look when
Yep,
it's
so we'll vote on that tonight and probably get it out next week.
No worries.
Okay.
Thank you so much, everyone.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay, we've got 24219 something, 121 Mill Pond Townhomes.
So, this has been noticed in the newspaper, but however, I came to realize that the abutters have not been notified yet.
Okay.
So we can't really open discussion until the next meeting, so. that's
Motion to
that.
continue to the next meeting.
Yep.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that's unanimous. Enforcement orders.
We did Ann Road.
Before we did Ann Road, that's
Did end-
done.
Yep.
Sharpness Pond Road, they've requested to continue to December 10th.
Yep.
So moved.
Second.
Oh, no, it's fine. I was just gonna say, can you send the minutes from the last meeting? This was the meeting where, where there was some confusion. I might be thinking of a
I
different
think you're
project.
thinking of the
Which
next
one?
one.
Okay, all right.
I think.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
I actually wanted 350 Sharpers Pond to continue because they didn't put the wetland posts where I want them, so, so I said, just let's push this off to get that done, and,
Yes, I was thinking of a different one then.
yeah, okay.
Okay, so
My comments.
we have a motion and a second to continue 350 EO for Sharpness Pond Road, 350 to December 10th. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, and that's continued. Also, request to continue to December 10th for 488 Pleasant Street.
So moved.
And that's requested by the applicant.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any more discussion?
So I just want to, for the record, we're doing this at their request. How many times have they requested an extension?
We're out of the country a lot.
And sometimes they're willing to send their landscaper to represent them, and other times they're not. So I'm just, I guess it's not much of a discussion point, and I'm fine with extending, but as a commissioner, I'm just putting it out there that I don't know what the game here is, but
Might still be reading the enforcement order.
yeah.
I would request that all communication with the homeowner and landscaper be in writing versus anything verbal.
Yep, I agree.
I completely agree with your thoughts, with everyone's thoughts on this. It's been quite the ride with this property. They received an enforcement order, I think in June.
I think it was before that.
Yeah, probably before that, and asking to develop a planting plan and, specific things, planting plan, vegetation management plan, among other things, to show up here. They showed up with nothing. We gave them some direction. They showed up with something that was maybe a third of what they needed. We give them further direction, and now they want to continue further. So this is definitely troublesome. It's fortunate that we're heading into winter, that a planting plan couldn't be executed right now, but compliance needs to be executed very, very soon. I think the thought of all correspondence in writing is a good one, and we'll have to see these folks next meeting, or it could get a lot worse. So, thanks for the comments on this one. Sometimes you get these. So that's continued. Or is it, did we vote on that? We didn't vote on that,
We
okay.
had a motion and a second.
Motion and a second to continue
and I
488
don't wanna
Pleasant Street.
belabor the point. I guess I would say is that I think initially with the EO, I was somewhat sympathetic and somewhat like, okay, you made a mistake, you can fix it. Dragging it out is making it worse.
Yep.
Like they're losing sympathy. I don't know if that's an appropriate comment or not, but
Well,
6 months ago I was like, okay,
we'll work with you.
we'll work with you. Now it's becoming adversarial and not on this side of the table, I don't think. So sorry to keep interrupting you, Mr. Chairman, but I felt like that's worth clarifying.
There's a lot of pent-up frustration on this one, so no worries. So a motion and a second to continue 488 Pleasant Street. Any more discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that's unanimous to continue. Okay. Ann Road's done. Last enforcement order is 242-829 Holt Road landfill.
So they have requested a continuance as well. I emailed them, the group, which is a bunch of people from CDM Smith and I believe at least one person from DEP. The main engineer that was on the project retired, and so the new engineer, or the engineer that's taking over, emailed me and indicated that things are at DEP, because DEP owns this property. So whatever bureaucratic stuff is going on there, and I suspect maybe they're reviewing proposals or whatever that CDM Smith is, you know, preparing. So just like municipal world, I think the state world moves very slow. So,
Are you satisfied the project is moving along?
no, I do. I think it's on everybody's burner. It's just
Yeah, dealing with the state.
bureaucracy.
It's a low burner.
Yeah. Simmer.
Did they ask for a date certain to continue?
Well, I would just recommend December 10th.
Then we'll
It's a
reconsider.
month, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
Okay.
And hopefully we can get either more information or more details on
I
status.
move that we continue 242-829 Holt Road landfill to the next meeting on December 10th.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any more discussion on Holt Road landfill? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that's unanimous. That is continued. Okay, decision time.
It's decision time.
We've got 3 tonight. We closed Willow Street last meeting. And that, why don't we take that one first, and the others just closed tonight. I think $5,000 on condition 39, I think it's light. Paving, demolition,
Plantings, yeah.
construction. I'd feel better with 10,000. I mean, I think that's more appropriate for the scope of this project.
That's fine with me.
What do you guys think? Anything?
Yeah, considering the proximity to the wetlands.
Yeah, 10 sounds good. Okay. Brad? Is that consistent with, are we consistent with other
Yeah, I think so.
towns, you think? Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
So 44, there was a really site-specific, having,
Yeah.
designating a location for a trash receptacle.
Good. Looks like a good one.
58, it should be clear of debris, leaf litter, and trash, and inspected at least twice per year.
Can I make a pedantic change to 44? Oh. Can
Yeah.
I make a pedantic change to 44, where it says in place and utilized appropriately in perpetuity? Can that say used?
Yep,
Utilize is when you do
utilize,
something
yeah, you're
for
right.
non-intended purpose.
Oh, the grammar police.
Yes. In engineering long enough, you see that word.
Wow, engineers are inward calculated.
44. Say that again?
Hmm?
What do you want me to do?
Just get rid of utilized in 44 and say used.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, pet peeve.
I don't care.
On the May 30th,
Yeah,
if we have a really wet spring again like we did this year, is that realistic? I mean, is there a huge difference between May 30th and June 30th?
no.
I'm only asking because you put a question mark, so
Well, just, I mean,
It's best to
Question
plant in
mark.
the spring.
I
yeah.
understand, but like this year,
Well, I guess my point was, do you guys want a deadline for the planting at all?
gotcha.
But they're gonna need to monitor it for 2 full growing seasons, so.
Anyway,
um,
yeah, I know we had, this spring, it was so wet for so
Which is
long. Good,
Good,
but that's what I mean, I don't know if it's realistic.
yeah.
So did you already speak to
I don't
58?
think it's unrealistic, I think.
Yeah, I said twice,
Okay.
and it should be inspected.
That's what I thought. I was gonna say that. Wait, she just said that.
On 66, technically we should say a Massachusetts professional land surveyor
Yeah,
versus, because
registered,
yeah, it's PLS, you don't have to say registered.
okay,
There's,
let's say
so-
Massachusetts.
yeah.
Getting back to 59, I think the purpose of that is that the mitigation planting be a pre-construction condition, that they can't just keep putting it off, putting it off, putting it
Right.
off. So I think to put that in there is I think that's a good date.
Yep.
And if it becomes unworkable, we can deal with it, at the time.
Yeah.
So-
That's fine.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yep.
Okay. Anything more? I got to the end. 87.
I'm all set.
Mr. Chairman, I would move that we approve and adopt the orders of conditions as amended during this discussion.
Second.
Second.
Third. Okay, motion and a second to approve the order of conditions for
Sorry, for,
351 Willow Street.
yes, 351 Willow Street, 2421915, as amended during this discussion.
Any more discussion on that, on the decision? There being none of those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Opposed? And that's unanimous, that's approved. Next up, the one we just did, 1230 Salem Street. The pool house, and detached garage. The pre-construction is gonna be important, because these guys are right, the corners of that pool and pool house.
Yeah.
The pool are especially is very
Yeah.
close to the 50
Yeah,
foot, so condition 35 is appropriate.
Condition 77.
77?
oh,
I clicked
inspected
fast.
twice a year?
Yeah, I think we need to regularly and at a minimum twice per year. Just because if we don't provide a minimum, then
Yep.
regularly could be once every 5 years.
That's true.
2x per year.
Sure, they'll keep good logs.
Let's see. There is a condition in the stone cleave that I added, and I think I want to add to this one, that at the pre-construction meeting on site, the conservation staff and erosion control monitor will walk the perimeter of the erosion controls or limited work and choose like photo location spots so that it's a fixed spot every time. they go on site and they're gonna take a picture, location 1, this way and that way, so that it's, sometimes I'm getting pictures, I'm like, where are you? Like, I know, like, but where's the, you know what I mean? Like, just wanting to say, well, I really want to know what's happening here all the time, because I'm going to worry about this slope or whatever. Does that make sense, or?
Does that need to be a condition? Isn't that more of like a just
Yeah, I
staff
think,
administration, like how you inspect it?
I'd like it to be sort of in black and white.
Something you can point to. So-
Yeah.
All right.
So you would identify these locations at the pre-construction meeting and require photos how often?
On their weekly visit, or
Oh.
after half-inch rain events.
Yeah, they gotta give her pictures for every inspection. This is just kind of dictating how they get done.
Yeah, and where.
Yep.
So it's not like, oh, I'm gonna drive up in the driveway, go click, and then drive away, you know what I mean?
Good
Oh,
inspectors
I-
will give you a map and show you where the picture was
That's
taken.
true.
in
I,
the
I
report.
was confused. I thought you were talking about when you were on site. You're talking about when the applicant.
Oh, yeah,
provided
when they,
pictures. That
when the
makes complete
monitor.
sense, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because I want the monitor to know where
Yes.
I want the pictures taken.
Anything else?
So which condition is that in Stone Cleave?
I could, probably just make it between 50 and 51, or,
He's
Yeah.
asking where it is in Stone Cleave so he can read it. He's asking what condition it is in Stone Cleave so he can read it.
oh, in Stonecliff.
40 each.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see it, yeah, it's in green. Fixed locations,
Yeah.
service photo, documentation points.
I haven't seen anywhere that would require that. I like that requirement.
Yeah, it is a good one.
Feels like it should be like a best management practice, or like a, you know, I mean, not that it
Standard
shouldn't be
condition.
included
Yeah,
here,
I
but
think
like,
it's gonna turn into a
Standard
standard
condition.
condition.
thank you,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But I mean, also just that, like, that would be, like you said, oh, a good you know what I mean? Like you shouldn't even have to ask for that. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
just how it's
Yeah.
done in North
Yes.
Andover.
yeah. No. I mean, like,
No, I know what you mean.
that's how it
Good-
should just be done.
Done.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
So who
It
does?
is by a good inspector.
right,
Right.
good inspector, yeah.
right,
I'll leave it at that.
So
No, so
say-
I'm not debating that it shouldn't be included. I'm
No, I
saying
know,
you
but
would
it's just, right. Yeah. Different levels of effort
Yep.
put into things.
never seen that before.
Let's see, is,
So we're on board with amending this OOC with that language from the other OOC.
and the, bond is okay?
Yeah, it would be 51 and 52, yeah.
Bond of 3,500, good.
Yeah, all they gotta do is stabilize the lawn. So all they would have to do is stabilize the lawn.
Yeah.
So 3,500 seems appropriate.
Okay.
Okay. We got the condition 77. Amy, twice, twice per year
Yep,
instead of
got that.
regularly. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, anything else? Any more amendments to 1230 Salem Street? You got them all, Amy?
Yeah, I do.
I think you do, yeah.
Move that we grant the order of conditions for 242-1920, 1230 Salem Street as amended.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any more discussion? There being none of those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that's unanimous. 1230 Salem Street is, order of
Okay.
conditions is approved.
So,
Stone Cleave Road has a lot of yellow.
So much yellow. And we gotta add some more.
Yeah, we do that, add some.
Yes, we
All
do.
right, all right, so snow signage should be, after construction? Or,
When should it be installed?
yeah, as soon as,
After construction, well,
Well, prior to occupancy.
okay. Yeah. All right, so,
construction, stormwater management. During.
so maybe,
construction.
do you think that's a stormwater management related thing, or should it be under that subsection, or maybe post-construction?
Isn't that usually stormwater management?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because you're protecting the quality of stormwater.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that would be both signs, right? Snow stockpiling. Do you need the locations?
no, I got the
You got
location,
them,
I do,
okay.
yep.
And then we also had signs adjacent to the swale feeding
Yep,
Stormwater Pond 3, notifying stormwater swale keep clear.
do we want signage for like all the ponds to say, this is a stormwater feature? Or not, I don't know.
I guess,
I feel like that's a lot of signs.
Yeah,
It's been on kind of a sign spree.
I don't want to get into a whole thing, but I don't know what a sign's. I mean, it certainly enhances that you're on notice, but like,
I don't know,
yeah,
when I was searching for a house, some realtors would be like, this is your lawn. And I'd be like, no, that's a detention pond.
yeah.
I know,
No,
right?
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You know.
I'm not saying they're ineffective, and I'm not. But I'm just saying you can get slap happy with signs and.
Yeah, no, I don't think we should have a sign on every feature, more just like the swale that is not really visibly
yeah, it's,
stormwater.
yeah.
It's kind of,
Yeah. No. I agree.
yep. That's too long.
So we've got those signs, and then we've got the conditions for natural heritage.
Oh, yeah, and that will be, let's see,
I like turtles.
um,
I'm glad somebody got that.
I said,
the
39B, copy of the turtle protection plan. And then I think I said, I guess not. So we want a copy of the turtle protection plan,
Yeah, that's,
and we want, what else?
we want the at the pre-construction meeting, we want the construction sequencing
Yes.
prepared by the engineer and signed off by the contractor for the level spreader
Yep,
and work associated with that area.
okay.
That was a good catch.
definitely.
Yeah, okay, yep. Level spreader. Construction sequence. By engineer. Approved. By contractor. Submitted to conservation.
So in the,
Plantings should be taken from the town list, all plantings from town list. Okay, sorry.
in the planning decision, they had mentioned that they wanted the signed operation and maintenance plan. That's one of our standard conditions, right? That we want a copy of it. If it's not, then we should add that.
Signed?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Bond, condition number 36.
You'd be surprised.
It's 3 houses. It should be at least 15,000.
Okay, for the amount that they're clearing and the
Yeah.
facilities they're
Yeah.
putting in, 25 seems like more like a number to me.
Yeah.
If they go in and they got it cleared and they got half a stormwater facility built, that's not a cheap fix.
Yeah, that's true.
They've got the road too.
Yeah.
I'd say 30.
We don't have to build a road, we just gotta stabilize it, that's what our money's for. If they like abandon the site, that's what it costs us to make it not bad.
Yeah.
We don't have to finish the project.
No.
Right. Okay,
Go with
25?
25, 30, 25.
Yeah, but we're talking 25, 30, 30,
30 starts to feel like high for 3 lots.
Okay.
But everything I'm saying is like it feels like, so. But how do you guys feel?
Well, yeah, I know. I need to.
I like 25.
25 sounds good to me too.
Okay.
Amy, you've been writing very rigorously over there. Before we get to the further on in the order, just want to make sure we get them all. We've got the signs, the snow stockpiling, we've got the swale signs, we've got the sequence of construction for stormwater pond
Yep.
number 3 outfall prior to construction, maybe condition 39.
Yep. Yep.
And then we need to incorporate performance against the natural heritage
Oh, yeah.
conditions somewhere. Prior to start of work is the turtle protection plan, so it is prior to starting work.
Yeah, I think there's limitations on when you can do the work.
Yep.
So how do we do that? I mean, it's obviously,
Well, we could just
Incorporate by reference, right?
reference and say,
Attached to.
yeah, it says, please note that protective measures for the state-listed turtles are required for any construction activities occurring between April 15th and October 15th. So that's pretty much the whole summer.
it's the whole construction.
Yeah,
season.
exactly. Yeah. So,
Do we make that reference in condition 39 somewhere?
yeah,
Maybe around
B,
B?
I can just say, yep. Okay. Okay. And So I got the wildlife biologist at the pre-construction meeting as well.
Is 63, is that a standard condition?
Let's see.
Something I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's been there since forever. Unless it's, unless otherwise shown on approved plans.
I feel like it should be changed to 3 to 1 unless otherwise shown on approved plans.
I don't know why 2 to 1 was chosen. I inherited that.
2 to 1 needs stabilization, otherwise it will fail.
Just
3 to
fails.
1, you can plant grass and everything.
So you're saying a gentler slope is the
Yeah.
max.
I second her change.
Oh, I never
Not
saw
that
that
that's a
one.
formal thing, but I agree. Yeah, 2 to 1.
It's, I mean, it can be permitted, it's just usually put riprap on it or something.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
you
see
gotta
what
do
you're
some
saying.
sort of matting.
So it should be 3 to 1 unless otherwise shown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't
So
mow
I'll do
anything
that
higher
for
than
all of the orders moving forward.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that is actually steep when you consider a 1 to 1 is like,
45 degrees.
it's,
3 to 1's mobile, 2 to 1
is,
not.
yeah, okay.
So where are we incorporating the natural heritage conditions?
I was going to do,
We need to include it as a document first.
yeah, yeah. And then adherence to the plan. During construction.
Can you reference
It's-
the letter that they provided
Yeah, and attach
Yes.
it as appendix, whatever.
and then just leave it at that? Because the letter requires a plan, the letter requires
Yep,
compliance and.
yep.
Adopt the conditions described in the letter dated blah, 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 and attach tier 2 as appendix, whatever number appendix you're on.
What's that?
I said looking at you.
I'm
You.
looking at
No,
the
that's-
real lawyer.
Yeah, that's good.
I think that works.
So attaching it to the actual order, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if you've got A, B, C, it's appendix D.
I see what you're saying.
All right, I'm jumping in. I move that we grant the order of conditions for 242-1919 Stone Cleave Road as written and doggedly amended.
Second.
Especially on the doggedly. Okay, motion and a second. Any more discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's unanimous. Order of conditions is approved.
Motion to adjourn?
Second. Third.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And that's unanimous.